America's soybean farmers are feeling the squeeze right now with less land for growing, but a growing number of customers to feed.
The amount of U.S. farmland is down more than 7% since 2000. However, the global appetite for American soy products continues to grow. Fox's Asher Redd is live at a soy farm in Cadiz, Kentucky. Asher, farmers there tell you they'll keep accepting new customers no matter what it takes.
Yeah, Randy and Kelsey, and that's because at the end of the day, that means more money in their pockets. These farmers already work long hours and have notoriously tight profit margins, so now they have to come up with some creative way to plant more crops on less land.
Land's going away every day, and that's one commodity that they're not going to reproduce.
Barry Alexander is a seventh-generation farmer. It's an industry he says is more important now than ever, even as American farmers are losing land to urban and suburban development.
Population's increasing, the demand for food's increasing.
Soy makes up half of Alexander's crop. He'll harvest it in the fall and send a bulk of it to China, America's top customer for soy.
A lot of our product actually is export. We put it on the rivers here close, and it ships down to the Gulf of Mexico, to the New Orleans, and is actually shipped overseas.
Last year, China committed to buying 25 million metric tons of U.S. soy a year. At first, it was failing to meet that benchmark as trade tensions flared up between D.C. and Beijing. But now the American Soy Association says things are looking better and soy prices are rallying.
We're on a positive trend, but we still got a long ways to go to completely hit the targets that they've agreed to.
China consumes more soy than the rest of the world combined. And with global demand increasing, American farmers are packing their fields with as much as they can.
Just back in 1990-91, we produced 2 billion bushels of soybeans. Today, currently, we have less land that we're farming. We produce about 4 billion bushels of soybeans.
We treat every acre individually and treat it to produce the most it possibly can.
A fraction of the profits go back to the United Soybean Board for research to find new uses for soy.
Soy oil is in Goodyear tires, artificial turf.
So anything that we can do to help increase the value of that raw commodity bean, the better off we are.
And the soybean harvest here in Kentucky starts next month and goes through October. And farmers here tell me that that's about the time that those foreign buyers place larger orders. Back to you.
So, Asher, the federal government generally gets involved in situations like this. Are they doing anything to help farmers out here?
Well, let's throw it back to the 1990s Got Milk campaign. We all remember the famous pictures on the walls and the murals of that campaign. That was what you called a checkoff program. And right now, the soy checkoff is essentially the same thing. It was born out of the 1990s Farm Bill, and that allows the United Soybean Board, which is a federal agency, to go in and take a fraction of the profits from all soy sales and essentially turn it back into research. How can farmers grow more crops on less land, and also how can they market this soy in industries that it's never been in before? So that is one of the ways that the federal government is getting involved. And of course, on the White House side of things, it's the constant tit-for-tat tariffs and the trade wars that have been going on ever since the beginning of last year.
All right, Asher Redd in Kentucky for us tonight. Thank you, Asher.